For most of human history, we were not at the top of the food chain. Think about that for a second. The same species that would eventually build cities, develop medicine, and walk on the moon spent hundreds of thousands of years being hunted. Lions ate us. Leopards ate us. Giant hyenas ate us. We were prey. And we had nothing. No claws. No fangs. No armor. No venom. No speed. A healthy adult human cannot outrun a horse, outswim a dolphin, outclimb a chimpanzee, or outfight a gorilla. We are, by almost every physical measure, one of the most poorly equipped large animals on Earth. And yet, somehow, this weak, slow, fragile, clawless, fangless animal took over the entire planet. Every continent, every climate, every ecosystem. No other species in the history of life on Earth has ever done what humans did. Which raises a question most people never actually stop to answer. Why us? What did humans have that every other animal didn't? The easy answers are wrong. Intelligence? Dolphins are remarkably intelligent. Chimpanzees solve complex problems. Crows use tools. Elephants mourn their dead. Intelligence alone doesn't explain what happened. Tools? Sea otters use rocks to crack shells. Chimpanzees use sticks to extract termites. Tool use alone doesn't explain what happened. Language? Whales communicate across entire oceans. Bees perform complex dances that communicate exact food locations. Communication alone doesn't explain what happened. Something else was happening. Something no other animal had ever managed to do. Humans could cooperate with strangers. Not just with family. Not just with the 20 people they grew up with. With complete strangers. With people they had never met. With people they would never meet again. And not just a few strangers. Millions of them. All working together towards shared goals they had never personally agreed to. Think about what you're wearing right now. Someone grew the cotton. Someone else spun it into thread. Someone else wove the fabric. Someone else cut and assembled the garment. Someone else shipped it across an ocean. Someone else stocked it on a shelf. You bought it from a stranger. Every single person in that chain was a stranger to every other person. And yet the whole system worked perfectly. No other animal on Earth does anything remotely like this. A chimpanzee troop works well together. But chimps cooperate with the specific individuals they know personally. Add a stranger, and the system breaks down immediately. The stranger is attacked, excluded, or driven away. Chimpanzee cooperation has a hard ceiling. About 150 individuals. The maximum number of personal relationships one primate brain can realistically manage. Humans broke through that ceiling completely. And the tool they used to do it was something no other animal ever developed. Shared fiction. Not fiction in the sense of lies or stories for entertainment. Fiction in a deeper sense. The ability to collectively believe in things that exist only in human minds. Nations. Laws. Money. Religions. Companies. Human rights. These things don't exist in nature. You cannot find a human right growing in a forest. They exist because enough humans agreed to believe in them together. And that shared belief changed everything. Think about money. A piece of paper has no inherent value. A number on a screen has no inherent value. And yet 2 billion people who have never met each other, separated by oceans and languages and cultures, all agree that these things are worth something. That agreement allows them to cooperate on a scale that would be completely impossible otherwise. Ancient humans who could convince larger groups to share the same beliefs could build larger armies, trade across greater distances, coordinate hunts that no single group could manage alone, build structures that required thousands of workers who would never all know each other personally. And the groups with the most compelling shared beliefs won. Consistently. Everywhere. Across all of human history. But shared belief alone doesn't explain everything. Because belief only works if you can communicate it. And humans didn't just develop language. They developed something far more powerful. Cumulative culture. Every generation of humans starts where the previous generation ended. A human child born today inherits thousands of years of accumulated knowledge without having to personally rediscover any of it. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to rediscover antibiotics. Someone already did that. They wrote it down. And now it's yours. No other animal accumulates knowledge across generations this way. A chimpanzee can learn a clever trick. But when that chimpanzee dies, the trick often dies with it. The next generation starts again from roughly the same point. Human culture is exponential. Chimpanzee culture is flat. Every generation of humans stands on the shoulders of every generation that came before, which means human capability doesn't just grow. It compounds. Think about that for a second. Fire was discovered once. Writing was invented once. Penicillin was discovered once. And every single human alive today has access to all of it without having to rediscover any of it personally. That compounding effect is why human progress accelerated the way it did. 10,000 years ago, stone tools. 5,000 years ago, metal tools. 1,000 years ago, sailing ships. 100 years ago, airplanes. 50 years ago, the moon. The pace didn't just increase. It exploded. No other species on Earth has ever done this. And here is the part that should stop you completely. The lion is stronger than you. The cheetah is faster. The eagle sees further. The shark smells better. The elephant is larger. Every single one of these animals is better than you at something important. And every single one of them is still doing roughly what their ancestors were doing 100,000 years ago. Meanwhile, humans went from stone tools to smartphones in what is, by evolutionary standards, an eye blink. Not because we were the strongest. Not because we were the fastest. Not because we were the most physically capable. Because we were the only animal that could look at a complete stranger and say, I believe what you believe. Let's build something together. And then actually do it. For hundreds of thousands of years, in every corner of the world, that one strange ability kept compounding, kept building, kept connecting more people around more shared ideas until the structures those ideas created became so powerful that no other force on Earth could stop them. Not claws, not fangs, not armor, not speed, just humans, looking at strangers, and deciding to trust them. That was always the weapon, and it was always enough.